Is this the lavatorium? Ah. Andreas, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper. The circumstances are unusual, to be sure. I won't be able to speak with you, none of the brothers will, but it will be good to have you with us. That's a shame, I always enjoy our talks. Now, the same doesn't apply to you at the abbot's table. You can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. So with an abbot and a nobleman, I hope I don't make a fool of myself. They're far above me, or he deserves the honour. No, that seems a bit buttering uppy. I hope I don't make a fool of myself. These men are far above my station. Anyway, I'm sorry for how the prior treated you. It's not fair, it's humiliating. Oh, no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. And all we need... and we all need a taste of humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. And when you leave all of us at Kearsau Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron Rothvergeld, to help you in your career. It's not old. Wrong about you being slow. He is slow. It's not old just because a nobleman says so. Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will right over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and to God. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I will see you inside. Yep. Make sure we wash our hands. Wash, wash, wash. Oops. To the cloister. To the refectory. Andreas, glad you could join us. Thank you, my lord. Father Gunnett, Father Thomas, Prior Ferenic. Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Kind of intrigued that you didn't start with the, who do you say I am bit, but alright. Maybe we just missed that bit. Oh, the Gospel of Matthew, wonderful. Oh, we're just starting, okay. Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." Have you read Matthew much, Andreas? Nod head. Well, we know the abbot isn't keen on a lot of idle conversation, idle chatter. But, I mean, this is kind of theology, so it's probably not that idle. So I think we'll say it. Yes, I studied it extensively while I was in university, when I was pursuing my theology doctorate. Ahem. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gunnett, have you read anything by Martin Luther? Yes, that's the devout Catholic. I can't say that I... He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think. Oh no, this is a Catholic monastery. I assume devoutly Catholic. My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit. The quail? The quail's fine, but don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. Yeah, we have. It's just not at a big political time where people were going to use it to strengthen their own political positions. Everyone is just upset. I've just seen everyone's faces. Oh no, he's in trouble. Well, Thomas, you see value in his ideas, do you not? My lord, I mean no offence, but I do not. Brother Matthew, yes? How appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sale of indulgences? This is an interesting question. Baron, please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. Uh-oh. Why not? Where should we start? Oh, he's really put me in a difficult position. There's a lot of theology to talk about. Maybe Father Gernot would appreciate it. I need to be quiet. I don't know what else to do. Why not join in a debate? It may help bring everyone closer to an understanding of truth. If the abbot can't handle a little charisma, he isn't fit to fit at the fancy table. Join the debate. I don't know what so I can't remember what the dialogue options are, but I think it's one of the things where you just say, this is an interesting debate, but at dinner, let's respect the abbey, where they have the rule of not speaking during meals. Like, so you've got that kind of, well, let's be respectful and we can discuss this later, but I don't think that's an option. Yeah. I could say I need to be quiet. Like, because this isn't the time for a debate. I need to be quiet, I think. This is the abbot's table, after all. Oh, yeah, that's just to remain silent. I think it'd be better to just make the point that, you know, it's a bit rude to be talking at this point. Ugh. This is annoying. Because I'm now not going to act on that. Because that's just remain silent, rather than kind of respectfully responding to the Baron. Should I just go with the theology? Alright, let's go theologically. There's a great deal of theological merit to Luther's work. It's... Who do I... I don't know what's a good option. Because here's the thing, the Baron's... Well, the Baron... It's one of the things where the Baron's going to leave, what, the next couple of days? And then I'm here with all of these guys who clearly are rather upset about the continued conversation. But longer term, it might be good to have the Baron on side, because then, you know, work and stuff. No, remain silent. And then... You can make the point later. Like, why isn't there a discussion of just, let's be respectful to the abbot's table. We're not meant to be speaking. Let's respect them. I just think, yeah. Limiting it to these options, you haven't got an option that's kind of diplomatic in between. Maybe that's, like, the orator skill gives you that. Oh, no. Maybe I should have gone with that. But it just, yeah. No, remain silent. A2, Andres, I expected more of you. Enough! Lord Rothfogel, you are our guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. You will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Matthew, or with any other brother. Is that clear? I suppose, Father, it is your abbey, but you're taking too much offence at this, and you're far too afraid of change. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church. You had better accept it. Oh, wow, that sounds like a threat. What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change to the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It is blasphemous. Outrageous. Okay, so insulting, yes. Well, the way he's going about it. Which is the problem, is yeah. How dare you? I see. I've overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I've ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. He looks really sincere about the apologies. In spite of this unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Taciae. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome, fathers, brothers, Andreas. Good night. Maybe I would have had some interesting dialogue from the chat, but thank you, Andreas, for not letting him engage you in his debate. No good would have come of it. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter pro... Oh, so I'm getting kicked out anyway. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out. So I'm getting kicked out anyway, which would have been the end result. That's annoying. I'm getting kicked out anyway. That sucks. I will take my leave as well. Good night. So yeah, yeah. I don't like that. I don't like being kicked out anyway. Like, you could have had a fade out of, you finish your meal and then, like, you hear the noise of the various bits of cutlery and then you go, don't worry about Father Gernot and the Baron. I'm sure it'll all be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. Exactly. Like, why wasn't that a dialogue option? Just to be like, let's not do it now when people, in theory, shouldn't be able to speak. Let's go and let's discuss this afterwards. That seems unlikely. Yeah, the abbot was not particularly happy. I think the Baron should apologise if he wants to be forgiven. That's a complicated question of grace and forgiveness. Which comes first? Like forgiveness and kind of repentance and how they should come, and this is complex. Yeah, it seems unlikely though, from the way the abbot reacted. It may be so, but we must never lose hope. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake. Brother Piero, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? Ha! That is for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I am just a monk, thank God. So is Martin Luther. Good night, my son. Compline. The final service. I should get some sleep. Oh, I have to go home. And then the Druckers will be like, why didn't you come? It's like, I got accosted by a baron. And the abbot, in fact. There's a lamp still burning in the guest house. Lawrence must still be awake. I wonder how he's doing. And what was he thinking? He's a baron, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. Storm doesn't seem to be letting him anytime soon. I should get back to the Gertners. No, can I go into the guest house? Maybe we can have another chat. No, okay. It's locked. But yeah, he should have realised that wouldn't... I should have realised that wasn't going to go well. Huh? There's a figure on the bridge. Yeah. Are you alright, Master Marla? Did you see that in the aqueduct? The ghost? I mean, there must be a better explanation than that. He's not going to like that. Maybe? It could be a Roman, maybe even an old pagan. Wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts. I don't think it was a ghost. Fair enough. Well, I think I found Johann's last lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Marla. I will. You too. Head up to the old mill. Roman ruins. Some graffiti. Child's drawings. I wonder who the artist is. Okay, so there's... Oh, hello. Collapse. This must have allowed access to the aqueduct. So, well, I mean, other people maybe aren't going to be as limited as I am in my movements. Okay. Do I apologise to the Druckers? I probably should. Ah, no! Pale horse, still on the floor. Are you alright in there? Matins, the pale horse, death. That's like the early one. That's the hour corresponding to 2 in the morning, used for the night prayer. Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now? Yes, you're with us, and this is now. I apologize, Andreas. I imagine that must have been quite alarming. That sounded like she was having an ecstatic vision. Your knowledge surprises me, Andreas. Though the Baron did say you were an educated man. But yes, Sister Amelie is a mystic, gifted with visions when God sees fit to give her one. Some are more frightening than others. How long has she been here? She's been sealed in the cells next to the church for almost 10 years now. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. She's an anchoress. She is, yes, devoted to God, enclosed in the cells next to the church. She's in the cells next to the church, in case we didn't realise. She's dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. Is she... It's not a choice. Is she local to Tassing, or was she a nun at Kirsau? Neither. She came here from a Benedictine abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. I am her confessor and caretaker. Many anchoresses are not literate. I write down her visions to help interpret them. I thought all the monks and nuns at Kirsau could read. Even poor Brother Volkbert. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Okay, so this is changed. I'm not fully sure I understand what the fonts represent. Of course, sister. She seems unhappy. She is not unhappy, but she is in pain, both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best I can. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine and aching in her joints. I know of no cure for that save prayer to the Almighty. Sister Amelie was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Oh no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the argument at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it has cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, the good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. Good night, Father. So yes, the Pale Horse appears several times in Revelation, and one time it is being its rider is death. Hence Pale Horse. So someone's going to die in the night. Because Matins. Obviously, there is the question of, is it this night or another night at Matins? Oh, the Drucker House I can't go and apologise. And with it just happening after the Baron has kind of angered everyone. Yeah, my mystery story senses are tingling that there's a good chance it's probably the Baron. Poor Baron.